This is the sales tax hearing for Friday, March 21st, 2025 at 10:30 a.m. This meeting is now in session. Let's go forward.
Gabrielle Wilson on behalf of the City of New Orleans Law Department. And
Can I get you to pull that mic closer to you so I can hear you?
yes, sorry about
Thank you. You're all good.
Gabrielle Wilson on behalf of the City of New Orleans Law Department.
And Philip Hampton on behalf of Safety and Permits.
Good morning.
Morning.
Okay, item number 1, do you call the docket or do I?
You're going to call the docket.
Okay. And 1524 District B, permittee is Chase Hospitality Group, DBA is Chapter 4 Restaurant. A consent has been filed this morning with y'all on this matter.
What are the grounds on the consent?
The grounds of the consent are $1,400 is to be paid to the Bureau of Revenue and $2,400 is to be paid to the Department of Safety and Permits for a total amount of $3,800.
And is there a specific time period on that?
I do not believe so. I did not see it on the form.
Yeah, there's usually a time period, a certain amount of days. So like,
You may have, I actually gave you those two consents. So,
oh, let me give it back to you. Okay, so that's 1524.
no.
Yes.
Okay, 1524 is $1,400. You don't have a date, so we usually have to have a we can hold. I can give it back to you. We can hold it until you get those.
Did you make an arrangement with the parties as to how and when they were supposed to pay this?
If it's not included on the consent, I wouldn't, like I'm standing in for Ms. Bandy because she's ill.
I understand.
So I did not make any of these agreements.
Got it.
So I give these to you, and I can give them after, usually before the 1 o'clock meeting.
Yeah.
But they usually have a certain time, like this has 60 days.
Okay.
They just didn't
They didn't
put
fill
that
it out?
one. Yeah, so that's important. We need to know that on record.
So I'll reach out. Okay, so if we could just defer the consent for item 1524 so that I can ascertain what the timeline is for payment.
All right.
Item number 2, 22-24, Perkoff LLC, doing business is next to nothing. The green card, I believe, was received for one of the parties, but not all. We would like to roll this to the April 21st docket.
Madam Secretary, is that the right day? April 21st, because everything has been changed? That is the right day?
I believe so. That's the date Ms. Bandy provided me with. Okay, thank you. Item number 3, 34-24.
Hold on, just for a point of order, I need to accept that we're going to continue it to the April 24th.
Okay, sorry.
So that's granted. The continuance is granted. Okay, you can move to the third one.
Okay. Hearing number 34-24, DKB Group LLC, doing business is NSFW. We would like to request that this be rolled to the April 21st date as Ms. Bandy and counsel for the permittees, Bob Ellis, are in the process of discussing the terms of a consent.
The continuance is granted.
Item number 4, 43-24, 3B's Craft Burger and Wine. One of the green cards was returned, but the problem is it states that it was delivered to an individual. There's no more specificity than that. So Ms. Bandy would like to roll that to the April 21st meeting so that she could clarify service.
That's granted.
Okay, item number 5, 49-24. The NOCA Culinary Institute, DBA is Press Street Station. A consent was reached that $4,800 will be paid within 60 days of signing on March 7th.
That's accepted.
Okay.
And that $4,800 is paid to who? I'm sorry.
Safety and permits. And actually, if we could revisit item number 1, I found a second consent between Chase Hospitality Group that does have a deadline.
Okay, and what was that deadline? Do we need to call it again, Madam Secretary?
You can just tell me the deadline and I'll write it.
Thank you both. 15 days from March 14th.
Okay, thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Okay, back to the docket. Okay, item number 6, hearing number 11-25. The Mardi Gras Travel Plaza LLC, DBA is Carnival Club. Ms. Bandy is still working with council attempting to resolve this matter and would like to have it continued to the April 21st hearing date.
Continued will be granted.
Thank you. Item 7, hearing number 12-25, the Degas House, doing business as the Degas House. Ms. Bandy is negotiating with counsel for the permittees, David Forche, on a consent judgment and would like to continue to the 21st of April.
Continuance will be granted.
Okay. Item 8, hearing number 13-25, 512 Bienville LLC, Mr. Ed, doing business as Mr. Ed's Oyster Bar and Fish House. Mr. Spears is representing the permittees, and Ms. Bandy would like to continue to April 21st so that they can attempt to reach a consent on this matter.
Okay, continuance granted.
Thank you. Item number 9, hearing number 14-25, ATR House NOLA Inc., doing business as Broad Theater. Ms. Bandy would like to continue to the April 21st date. She is negotiating with counsel Allison Irarate on a consent.
Continuance is granted.
Okay. Item 10, hearing number 15-25, J Hospitality and Development, doing business as La Richelieu. Ms. Bandy is negotiating with counsel Clement Purcell and would like to enter into a consent judgment, but is still negotiating and would like to continue to April 21st.
Continuance granted.
All righty. Item 11, hearing number 16-25, Trumpet and Drum LLC, DBA is Trumpet and Drum. Ms. Bandy would like to request a continuance. She is negotiating with counsel Nicholas Pijek and would like to continue until April 21st.
Continuance is granted.
All righty. Item number 12, hearing number 17-25, the 7-3 Distilling Company. A consent has been reached in this matter with $1,800 to be paid to safety and permits in 30 days from March 13th.
Consent judgment is accepted.
All righty. Item number 13, hearing number 18-25, Cafe Reconcile. Counsel's been recently retained by the permittee, Marshall Hevron, and Ms. Bandy are negotiating consent and would like to continue this to the 421 docket.
The continuance is granted.
Okay. Item number 14, hearing number 19-25, Meal Brewing and Tap Room. Ms. Bandy is negotiating with counsel Alex Payro and would like to enter into consent and would like to continue to April 21st to finalize that matter.
And the continuance to the April 21st docket is granted.
Item 15, hearing number 20-25.
Hold on just a second for me.
Yeah, it needs to be removed from the docket. Yeah.
Okay.
This item needs to be removed from the docket. That was the note.
What were our grounds for removing item 15?
She does not give ground, she just notes that it is removed from the docket.
All right, we will remove number 15 from the docket on today's hearing.
It was removed to be corrected that the actual number 15 on the docket was in good standing.
Listen, good saying, thank you. Does this conclude the business that your office has with this hearing today?
It does.
For this setting at 10:30? All right,
Yes.
then we will be adjourned. Thank you.